When you look back at your life, try to remember some of the most beautiful, the most special, the most valuable, the most dear things to you that happened. How did they happen? I think I can guarantee you that we didn't have much to do with it. They just happened. Let's look at where we are today and then let's think about that for a while. Where are we? What are we doing? How is everything? How is everything right now? And then let us look back to the most memorable, the most special moments that were dear to us, to you. How did they happen? Was it our doing? For us to be able to play, the ball has to be there. If the ball disappears, for whatever reason, we're back, we cannot do anything. So let's go back. Let's look back again. How did we get that wonderful job? Who referred it to us? Or who referred us? It can happen in many different ways. But if it's meant to be, somehow it just works out perfectly. You are at the right place at the right time. You are the right person. It is the right time in your life. What about your partner? How did that work out? The love of your life. How did you meet them? How did that person just show up in your life? Better yet, how did we show up? Yeah, how did we show up in this life? How did we come here? How did we get here? I guess the whole universe got together and they threw a party. The whole universe comprised. And just like that job, and in most cases that came out of nowhere, because it could be right under your nose. It could be one street below you. That's a house that you drive by every morning and every evening. And that person has a company and he is looking or she is looking for the person that has the exact skill set, age, qualities that you have. But what you don't know, you don't know. So near, but as they say, so far away. How do these forces come together to create that event, job, mate, work, family, the whole planet? And you. Isn't that something? It's a miracle, isn't it? Wouldn't you call you or your friends, people around you, your family, every one of them is here due to forces that are beyond us. And most of us spend practically all our lives try to control things, events in our lives that we don't even know how they came about. How much, seriously, how much effect can we have on something that we don't know what it is? We don't know how it happened. Things are constantly happening. We have certain ideas. We've read human history, the thinkers, whatever the humankind had to offer, their philosophy about existence. But can anyone actually say, this is it? Everybody has an idea, but it's their idea. So, can we call this incredible existence, that made you and me a miracle. Can we just say we are part of a miracle that is constantly happening, that is constantly expanding? There's more of us being created. But so, what about our futile efforts to control something that we don't understand totally and we don't exactly know what it is? How much so-called control can we have over something that is actually, as I said, a miracle? We have two choices. The first one is to try to control, I guess we could say, the uncontrollable. And when we try to control it, what's going to happen to us? We have to build provisions, control mechanism. We have to contract. We have to build defenses. We're going to be on guard versus opening up to it, expanding, letting it be. And here I'm not saying don't do what needs to be done. Definitely, we get the education, we get to work as an apprentice and train ourselves. But when we're at a junction, we do all we can. And how about leaving the direction to this force that created all of us? How about not interfering with the outcome? And to be honest, can we ever change the outcome? I think we can, but I'll guarantee you those outcomes that we affected are not usually for the good of all, because this creation didn't need our help to create all this. So most of the time when we are very dominant about something, when we are really trying to enforce our way to achieve the desired outcome that we are seeking, when we go back and look at it, probably most of the time we're going to realize that if we had left it, if we had let it be in the flow, everything would have worked out beautifully. And we somehow ended up damaging, restricting, spoiling what was going to unfold with our controlling actions. Definitely there are times that we need to control ourselves and we need to control the situation, but these are minor situations. When it comes to life-changing, life-altering situations, trying to control is most of the time based on some sort of fear. And in that state, we really are not connected to everything that I mentioned. We are locked in. We're closed. We're clenching our fists. We're grinding our teeth. Not only during sleep, but even grinding our teeth during the day. All this energy going towards contraction, contracting activities. This is not a state where we can create anything. And creating is being part of all of this. But to be able to create, we need to flow. And to flow, what do we need to do? Very simple. It's not a filler word. It's so simple. We need to let go. This is when we realize we are alive. And when we let go, when we create, only then is when we create. This is when we are living. This is when the whole pictures becomes technicolor versus like in the 20s, black and white and with no audio. You need to read to understand what the movie is about. And when we let go, when we, instead of clenching, open our fingers, the whole thing becomes HD. I don't know the level, but definitely the highest resolution. And all our senses come alive. And because you're letting go, yes, it takes courage. We need to overcome the fear of what happens if I let go. What if I let go? We are afraid to live. And if we can gain the courage to let go, we let in the universe, the creation that created you, that comprised, that got together, gave a party to create you. You are, I am, they are the most beautiful thing, because we're created by creation, whatever you want to call it, cosmos, universe, part of the universe. So, when we let go, we join the force of creation. How about that? How about letting creation draw your life map? How about that? And as the very popular word or statement, we do our share to co-create. When we are actually creating, it is co-creation. I don't want to be anywhere except on the creating side. So, let us turn our face, turn our existence, channel our energy towards what made us. Let's roll with creation. Wouldn't you say? How about giving it a try? Try it for a week. See how it feels. Start letting go with small things in your life. And let us see who does a better job. And then we can expand on it. Another week, maybe another month. Let that invisible force that we are so foreign to choose your job, choose your mate, choose the direction of your life. You can always go back to what you were doing. You can always sit back in the captain's seat. That's available. And some of us maybe like it that way. You can say, I'm not a creative person. I like routine. I like to do the same thing every day. Creation brings up surprises. Creation brings change. I don't like change. I like things in order. I like things as they are. Then that is your choice. All I can say is, give it a small try. Let the essence of this life hold your hand, walk you through your most difficult, the things that seem so hard to you. Go for a walk with creation. Take yourself along, but give it a small try. Or you can do a bit of both. You can balance it until you build the confidence, until we muster the courage. As I said, we start with small things and then we release more of it. And maybe one day we'll get to 50-50. And through our tests and through our experience, if we're the cautious type, maybe one day we will totally let go our life to this amazing universe, cosmos, to this amazing creation, and we let ourselves be in its arms. One day we surrender our entire being, our entire life to the arms of creation. Now that's, as challenging as it is, that's an amazing offer. That is an amazing invitation. Shall we take the invitation? You are the one to decide. And I wish you a wonderful, the most beautiful journey.